let's talk about the obsession with hair length because it's hurting people more than we think. Long hair has been idolized to the point that having short hair sometimes feels useless and shameful. Hi my loves, welcome back, and if you are new here, welcome. Here in this channel we talk about relaxed hair care, hair growth tips, protective styling, and anything hair related. So if you know you're interested in this type of content, please consider subscribing to join the family. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the obsession with long hair and why it needs to stop. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get started. I want to start by saying that I have long hair. In fact, the last length check I did, I think I was around table length, and I absolutely love the length of my hair. In fact, I wanted to get my hair to this length. Like, I intentionally wanted to grow my hair long, and there is nothing wrong with that. But the problem is now when there's an obsession over getting long hair to the point that you don't care about the health of your hair, to the point that you think having short hair is a disgrace, having short hair is shameful, and if you have short hair it means your hair is useless. That is totally wrong. In fact, sometimes I just feel like cutting my hair and leaving my hair in a bob or carrying a teeny weeny afro, because guys, whatever the length of your hair, whether short or long, your hair is beautiful. And it's so sad that this is happening, like the obsession with long hair and all of that, because it makes it look as if those with short hair should feel like their hair has less value, and this should absolutely not be the case. But it's what is real now, like it's what is happening, because you get more compliments when your hair is long. Like, the longer your hair is, the more compliments you get, regardless of the health of your hair. Like, some people don't even pay attention to the health of our hair strands as long as it's healthy. Having long hair doesn't automatically mean that your hair is healthy. Your hair can be long and unhealthy, and someone can have short healthy hair, and the priority should always be health over length. But it's funny because the reverse is the case. The obsession is more about length rather than the health of the hair strands. And what is more funny is that if we choose instead to obsess over the health of our hair strands, the length will naturally come. Like, it's a byproduct. The healthier your hair is, the more your hair tends to retain length, meaning automatically the longer your hair can get. So it feels like we are focusing on the wrong things when it comes to growing our hair longer, our hair healthier, and all of that. Don't get me wrong, desiring to have long hair is nice. Like, there is nothing wrong with that. Like I said, one of my goals was to have long hair, like grow my hair to table length and all of that. But the problem comes when you are choosing length over health, and the problem comes when you feel like having short hair is shameful or disgraceful or useless. And there are some things that contributed to this obsession, and one of them is culture and the beliefs we had. So for a very, very long time, so many of us believed that black hair can grow long, natural hair can grow long. So when people started saying that it is possible for black hair to get longer, it is possible for black hair to grow up to your waist, up to your hips, up to your tailbone, up to your thighs, and even up to your knees. Yes guys, I know of some people that have knee length natural hair. So when others started seeing this and knew that there was a possibility for black hair to get longer, and they also saw that those lengths were admired and sort of like idolized, the obsession automatically came in. Like, they wanted to get to that length that everybody was admiring, everybody is idolizing, not caring about the health of their hair, not caring about what they personally want, but just obsessing over the length because they just want to get to that length that is admired by everybody, that wants to be talked about. Another thing that contributed to this obsession is societal beauty standards. Okay, because society has painted it in a way that seems that longer hair is more beautiful or is more prettier than short hair. And this is not the case, guys, because whether you have long hair or short hair, I believe your hair is beautiful. It doesn't matter the length of your hair. What you should be worried about instead is the health of your hair, not the length of your hair. Another thing that contributed to this obsession is social media. I am not gonna lie, guys, social media is not helping matters, especially when you start binge watching content on long hair, on hair care routines, on how to get your hair longer and all of that. And all you see on your FYP or your homepage is how to grow your hair longer, of girl is showing their hip length hair, of girl is showing their waist length hair. Automatically everyone on the internet or every black woman suddenly now has waist length hair, hip length hair, and it seems like you are the only one left out. So I'm not gonna lie, social media is not helping matters. Like, yeah, the pressure is there, okay, but this doesn't change the fact that one hair length is not better than the other. Like, you shouldn't obsess over long hair to the point that you hate the current length of your hair. If your hair is not healthy and you hate how it looks like and you want to get it better, that is understandable. But if your hair is perfectly healthy but you hate your hair, or you are disgusted with your hair just because it is not as long as that of the new YouTuber you are watching or the new TikToker you are watching, sis, then it becomes a problem. Like I said, there is nothing wrong with desiring longer hair. There is nothing wrong with wanting to grow your hair longer. There is nothing wrong with actively working towards length retention or trying to grow your hair to waist length or hip length and all of that. But it becomes a problem when you hate the length of your hair, when you feel like having waist length hair is more pretty than having shoulder length hair, when you feel like waist length hair is better than shoulder length hair, when you feel like your hair is useless because you don't have waist length hair, when you are not proud of your hair just because it is not up to hip length, when you don't care about the health of your hair just because you want to get it to hip length, that is when it becomes a problem. Sis, be proud of your hair, be proud of your strands. The most important thing is to enjoy the journey. Wherever your hair is currently, wherever the length of your hair, learn to love it every step of the way, in as much as you are trying to work towards your goal. Like, when I was growing my hair, even when I was at shoulder length, I was very, very proud of my hair. Like, that was when I was even experimenting with styles. Like, when I was going to uni back then and my hair was at shoulder length, I used to experiment with styles. Like, after I just get a fresh relaxer and that period where I'm just trying to let my hair breathe before I install my next protective style, I usually experiment with styles this period. Like, I am so proud of my hair to the point that my colleagues back then in school knew me for that. Like, carry different and sometimes even funny styles on my hair. That was how proud I was on my hair regardless of the length. That does not mean that I was not working towards getting my hair longer. So you have to be in love with your hair, basically, wherever the length of your hair is, whether you have hip length hair, waist length hair, shoulder length hair, or even a teeny weeny afro. Don't feel that someone with hip length hair has better hair than you just because you have shoulder hair. Like, be in love with your hair, fall in love with your hair. I feel like so many of us as women don't even know the beauty of hair, the beauty of our hair strands, regardless of the length. Like, you guys don't know the power your hair carries as a woman. I am not just taking care of my hair for taking sake. Like, guys, hair is special. Like, you may not know this, but your hair is special. Whether you have a teeny weeny afro or whether you have knee length hair, learn to love your hair. One of the most feminine things about women and one of the most distinguishing features for us as women with respect to our femininity is our hair, our hair strands. Girl, your hair is a crown. Wear it like a goddess that you are. Whether it's a teeny weeny afro, whether it's knee length, it doesn't matter. As long as your hair is healthy, you are good. Okay, so you don't have to thoughtfully obsess over long hair just because you see most people on the internet or most people around you have a long hair. Yes, you can try to work towards getting long hair, but be in love with your hair. Be in love with your hair now while trying to work towards your goal. And guys, because of this obsession, so many people now even do wrong things that they are not supposed to do. For example, some people skip trims just to keep their ends, just to make sure their ends get longer, just to get their hair longer. And instead of getting their hair longer, this is actually going to cause the reverse, because when you hold on to damaged ends, when you hold on to split ends, the ends are going to travel up your hair shaft and leads to breakage of longer hair strands. So you would have even been able to retain more length if you were consistent with your trims rather than holding on to dead ends just because you are obsessing over the length of your hair. Another way this obsession has negatively affected some of us is that some people now neglect their hair in the name of protective styles. Like, sis, I don't even understand what is happening with protective styling anymore. Like, yes, I am a huge fan of protective styles. Like, if you've been following me on my channel, that is the number one thing you would know me for: protective styling. In fact, long-term protective styles. But Protective styling does not equate to hair neglect. I still pay attention to my hair even in long-term protective styles, but some people now neglect their hair in the name of protective styles because they feel like this is going to get them the length they want. This is going to get them to hip length. But sis, we have to understand that even if you want to get your hair longer, focusing more on the health of your hair rather than length is going to get you to your goal faster. So neglecting our hair in the name of protective styles is actually doing more harm than good. Another way that this long hair obsession has negatively affected our hair is product buildup, because everybody now wants to try every product just because they want to get their hair longer. Like, people are using 1,000,001 products, layering them on their hair just to get their hair longer, buying products that are not necessary, wasting money that is not necessary, using products when it's not necessary. And when you use too much products on your hair, especially when you use them too frequently, this can lead to product buildup, and instead of getting your hair longer, it's even going to damage your hair and leads to hair breakage. So guys, we can say that this obsession with long hair is actually causing more harm than good when it comes to our hair, and it needs to stop, sis. Like, it needs to stop, because honestly I don't see the point of this, because it's not as if obsessing over the length is going to get you there. Instead, the focus should be more on the health of your hair strands. If your hair strands are healthy, the length is going to automatically come. Like, it's a byproduct. Like, you don't even have to stress yourself. Like, if you focus solely on the health of your hair, I don't even care about the length of your hair at all, the length is automatically going to come, because your hair strands are going to be healthier, there's going to be less risk of breakage, your scalp is going to produce healthy hair strands, and you're going to retain more length, meaning you're going to get longer hair. So instead of obsessing over length, let us focus more on the health of our hair strands, because that is actually more important. And sis, also know that no matter your hair length, your hair is beautiful. Even if your hair is not at hip length, even if it's not at waist length, even if it's not even up to shoulder length, your hair is beautiful. So don't think your hair is useless or your hair is less valuable just because you don't have hip length hair, or just because you don't have 20 inches bone straight. So yes, you can desire getting your hair longer, but while you are doing that, make sure that you are in love with the current length of your hair. All hair lengths are beautiful, and it will be so amazing if we can normalize complimenting hair for its health, not just its length. Like, when you see healthy hair strands, learn to compliment it too. Let's learn to compliment healthy hair strands, even if it's shoulder length hair, even if it's a tiny winning afro, even if the length of the hair strands are just at the chin, but they are healthy. Let's learn to compliment that too, guys, not just length, because now it feels like if your hair is not long, or if you did not install a very pretty style or use a very pretty wig, you cannot receive a compliment about your hair, which is not nice. So when it comes to our natural hair, we should be able to receive compliments regardless of the length of our hair. Okay, so let's normalize complimenting hair for its health and not just its length. And talking about health, if you want to get your hair healthier, I have a very simple solution for you. Like, this is the most perfect solution for you. So I have a hair growth ebook that contains a 30 days hair growth routine, including product recommendations. Okay, so in the ebook, I did not just give you guys a routine, I also give you guys the exact products to use, ranging from clarifying shampoos, moisturizing the conditioners, protective conditioners, leave-in moisturizers, hair oils, heat protectants, like you name it, and also how to use this product. Okay, so like I said, it contains a 30 days daily routine section. So I gave you guys what you do on each and every day, on the first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, up to the 30th day. And you know what, guys, this routine is so simple, so stress-free, so easy to follow. It also contains rest days. Yes, guys, because your hair doesn't have to be a tussle, it doesn't have to be a tug of war. I always preach simplicity when it comes to hair care, because I know that the more simple your routine is, the more consistent you can be with it. And that is why in my ebook I made sure that this was the case. And that's not the only things you are getting, guys. I also included 12 powerful hair growth secrets for you guys, hair growth tools, hair growth staples, like everything you literally need for your hair growth journey. So if you want to get your hair healthier, if you really want to get your hair healthier, and you want the most easiest, stress-free, simplest way to do this, then you need to get the hair growth ebook. Okay, if you haven't gotten yours, I'll make sure to link it down in the description box below so that you can get it. So that's it, guys. We need to focus more on the health of our hair strands rather than the length. Like, this obsession over long hair has to stop, because it is actually doing more harm than good, and we need to learn to love our hair regardless of the length of our hair. If you watched this video up to this point, thank you so much. You guys are the real MVP. Okay, let me know in the comment section down below your current hair goal, like what you want to achieve for your hair for the next couple of months. Even if it's with respect to length, let me also know in the comment section down below as well, because like I said, desiring longer hair is not a crime. It becomes a problem when you start hating your current hair just because you want to get longer hair. Okay, so even if your goal is longer hair, also let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, so yeah guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you are new here and you aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing to join the family, and don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that you'll be the first to get notified whenever I upload a new video. So yeah guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.